Alright, Josh here, and welcome to a different type of video. Today, I'm going to be doing like a little, like a discussion on kind of my thoughts on the current state of VGC. As I'm sure you're aware, basically this morning I woke up and my Twitter feed was filled with like top VGC players talking about the state of VGC, basically. The fact that not many people come into events, there's all this I don't know, all sorts of things. Basically, just the fact that VGC is going like downhill, basically. So, I'm not a top VGC player, obviously, or anything. I'm just a casual player. I've never been to an event before, but maybe I thought I could give like a. Since most of the people I saw talk about it were like top players that have been to like loads of events all over the world and been playing for so many years. So, as like a newer player that's not been to a proper event, I thought maybe I could give like a different perspective on what's been happening and what I think personally. So, yeah, this is going to be a bit of a rambling video. I might edit it a little bit because I don't know in case I ramble on too much, like I am doing now. So, I'll get into my thoughts. I'm going to start off with just like, I think I've got like a bit of a structure. I've written it down, but I think I'll just start talking about like a bit of like my personal stuff to do with it and why I haven't been to events and stuff like that. And then later I'll talk about some general stuff. So me, obviously I'm English. I've never been to a UK event because I live in Mallorca. I've lived in Mallorca for the past 3 years. Pretty sure there's no events in Mallorca. It's a small island. I don't even know if there's any players in Mallorca. But so basically I started playing VGC, I'd say probably like last year. Like when I moved here, I didn't really have much to do at first when I was like looking for a job, and I just kind of picked up Soul Silver, just like I'd not played it for years, and I just started playing it, and I just got back into Pokemon massively. Like, and then I got into VGC. I started playing I started getting properly into VGC at like the end of 2016, where with Worlds and stuff like that. That's what properly got into it, and then I was loving it last year. It was great. Obviously carried on this year. Started this little YouTube channel, just playing. Nothing serious, just a bit of fun. So, like, no, I never went. I did want to go to like a UK event last year, but the problem is for me, if I was in the UK, yeah, I probably would go to an event, no problem. Obviously, living in Mallorca, I could go to a Spanish event, I guess. But like, flights are pricey. We all know that, and there's a lot of people have been going on about the entry fee for the tournaments. I'll get to that later. But for me, like flights to UK, it's like. How much is a flight to Manchester from here? Maybe like 150, and then obviously you've got to get time off work, and if I'm missing work here to have time off to go to a tournament, I'm not getting paid, so that's bad. And when I work here, like it's super busy over the summer where I work, so I work a lot over summer, and it's it's busy on I work weekends and during the week and split shifts and all sorts of stuff. So getting time off work is bad, and the cost of the flight. And then getting the train. English trains are the worst thing ever. For prices, it's absolutely ridiculous. I've had cheaper flights than trains in England. But like, so it all adds up. And plus like a hotel. Luckily, like I know where most of the events are in England, like London and Sheffield's coming up. I have friends that live there, so like I can always stay with them, so that's not too bad. But yeah, so the next thing I was going to talk about is Sheffield. That's coming up. I think that's in June. Now, I actually really want to go to that. Like, I'm seriously considering it. Like, I don't expect to do well. I just want to go just for like the experience because I've never been before, and I do actually want to go. But like I say, the flights and work is a bit of an issue. But maybe I could work around it if I save up enough, and I can stay at my friend's house there. So that's pretty decent. The problem for me that's like I do want to go, but there's a couple of things holding me back which kind of relate to what everyone's talking about. So number one is that like I don't really have many friends I don't have any friends that play Pokemon or VGC, like so if I'm going to an event, I'm going by myself, which I'm not that fussed about. Like I'm quite happy with doing like with my own company. I mean, it'd be a bit weird, but like because what people are saying is that like during events is like like you spend like less, like a quarter of your time at the event actually playing, so the rest of your time you just kind of chilling, sat around with friends talking, which is fine if you've got like a group of friends. But if you go on your own, like what am I going to do, twiddle my thumbs? I suppose it gives me a lot of time to think, but And yeah, I could just start chatting to people and stuff, but you know, that's not as like easy as you make it out. I'm sure you all know that. So that's kind of holding me back from going in a way. And it's not really like anybody's fault. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's one. The other thing is that best of 3. It's best of 3. Now, I really don't have much experience playing best of 3. Like I said, I don't really have any friends to practice with, so that's a bit naff. But I mean, I have played best of 3 a few times on Showdown with just like random people that said, "Oh, do you want to do a best of 3?" And I've always done all right at best of 3. I think I prefer best of 3 because I think a lot of the time when I think most of the time I lose matches is because of like I just getting caught off guard by something. I think in best of 3, when I know it's there, I think I could play around with the mind games more. I quite like the mind games. I think I'm alright at that. I think I'm better at that than just getting surprised by something. But I'm sure everybody is. So, yeah, I've always wished that, I don't know, BattleSpot had like a best of 3. I don't know, like a section. Like, I don't know, you've got like championship battles, doubles, singles. Like, they should have a best of 3. That'd be so good to practice. Like, the only way you can practice best of 3 is basically with friends or just random people you meet, but you just make friends with, I suppose. But if you don't have any friends that are into the game, like me, then that's a problem. Like, I wish there was a way for people like me to practice best of 3. Obviously, I guess just make friends, but easier said than done sometimes, my friends. And yeah, that's basically it. That's about all I wanted to talk about, like the personal stuff. The other thing is, like, I don't know, VGC in general is like really, I don't know. Oh, maybe I'll talk about that in a bit. Anyway, see, I'm rambling. I knew I'd ramble. Anyway, the general stuff. I think I'll start off with cost. Okay, so yeah, cost. That's the main thing I've seen people talk about today. Is that the fact that like I looked in Sheffield, I think it was like £30 or £40, and everyone was said about you know the price in American regionals being like $40 and stuff for entry. Like, I get that people can't afford that, and it's really tough because like I know, like I've like helped do events before, but like music events, because I play in a band and stuff, and it's you know, hiring venues and booking stuff to help, you know, it does cost a lot. So you have to be really careful on like the price of the entry to cover the event, because you don't want them to make a loss, and keeping the customers happy, I guess. But it's weird because you're essentially paying like 40. I'll just call it £40 for the time being, because I don't know if it's dollars or pounds or whatever. I can't remember how much Sheffield was, so it's like £30. Well, we'll just call it 40. Let's say you're paying £30-40 for something that I don't know, you could just go and get wrecked. Like, if I go to Sheffield, I'm not expected to win at all. Like, I'm expected to get absolutely expected to get wrecked, which is fine. But like, I suppose if you've been doing it for a long time, I get why people are getting a bit sick of it, because it's, I don't know, there's so much RNG in the game. It's like you can't guarantee doing well, no matter how well you play. So I get the costs, and obviously flying places is expensive. And all, you know, people flying to Australia from Europe and stuff, and America, that's so expensive. That's really expensive to do. And then on top of that, hotels and your expenses, you know, like food and stuff like that. It's just it gets a bit crazy. The next thing I think holding VGC back a bit is actually getting Pokemon in game. Granted, it's the easiest it's ever been, but it's still annoying. Like, I know I actually don't have a problem with. I never hack Pokemon. I've never hacked Pokemon. I've always bred and you know, got legendaries, and well, I mainly just bottle capped, to be honest. But that's annoying. Like, getting Pokemon to level 100, it takes so much time, and like resetting for legendaries for the hidden powers takes time. Like, the past 2 weeks, I've been playing Ultra Moon. I finished Ultra Sun ages ago, but like, I've been on Ultra Moon. I've just been trying to get the legendaries so I can send them over to my Ultra Sun and use some different ones for the teams on my channel. But like, God, doing that flipping the Ultra Wormhole, it takes so much time. Like, I think I've got about half the legendaries I wanted to get, and it's because it's just annoying doing that mini game. Like, Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire was a million times better for getting legendaries. That was way easier. Breeding's not that much of a problem, but I don't know, I feel like they should have some sort of like you go to a tournament and you make your team there, like hack your team there or something like that, because it's just like it just takes a lot of time otherwise. I know people do make the time, and I make the time, but I'd spend a lot of time breeding and making Pokemon, and it doesn't even always work. It's like it's really frustrating how much time I put into that. Like I keep thinking like, what could I have done with all that time that I could have? I mean, yeah, I get fun out of it by playing online. I love doing that and playing with the teams, but like it takes a lot of time. So I understand why people hack, but that's a weird one. I wish they kind of made. Oh yeah, maybe they just need some sort of like rent a Pokemon system, like build a Pokemon system to build your own Pokemon and then use it in a tournament or something, or use it online. So you use your own Pokemon in game, but then when you just want to play online and stuff, it's not as like, because if you think about it, like I don't know, like loads of other esports, I don't know. Let me think of a random game, like I don't know, like Call of Duty or something like that. I've not played Call of Duty for ages, so I could be like completely wrong on this. But like, if you want to play online, you just go play online, and it's like pure skill. I think, as far as I can tell. But like, and I suppose if you want upgrades in game, you just have to unlock them. It's not random. It's not RNG based. It's like, you've got to do, like, yeah, basically that. It's weird. Yeah. So basically, what I was saying though, the getting Pokemon is still not the easiest. It is easier though than before for sure, definitely. But the next thing is the community. I felt really bad because, well, for someone especially, because I was looking on. So I don't know. Aaron Zeng posted about it on Twitter this morning, or last night. I saw it this morning. I don't know. And I saw someone commented that saying like that he went to like every European regional just to like have a good time and make friends and stuff. And he said that basically he didn't do well, which it would have been fine, but the only people that talked to him were like just people like saying negatives about the game, like, oh, I would have won if this hadn't happened, I would have won if that hadn't happened. Like, oh, that's so like sad. Like I felt really bad. Like that like actually hit me. Like I was like, that's not how it should be. Like like I think if I was at a tournament, I would, like, if I was playing someone, I would sit and like I'd try and have a conversation with them. I definitely wouldn't say anything like I would have won if this, or get angry about it, because I don't know, it's just not nice, is it? Like, and like it's just like okay, so just before this video, I was rendering a video that's gonna be uploaded later, and I was playing someone in Showdown. I had like Kang and Ferrothorn against a Choice Scarf Landorus and a Manectric, and then I had a Coco in the back, and the Landorus was they were just going for rock slides. The Landorus was locked into rock slides, so they were just going for flinches basically. Because, but anyway, my point is, Kang got a ice punch off, and then the second one was a crit, and it knocked out the Landorus. But and it was just, and I finished the game. I ended up winning because I bulldozed the Manectric. It was pretty good. And then Coco came in and just dazzling gleam won. But and my opponent was just instantly like, lucky crit. It was like, I don't know, it's just like, why say that? Like, did I do that on purpose? No. Your win con there was flipping rock slide flinching, and you're getting at me for something completely out of my control. It's not like on Showdown, it happens all the time. People are so like negative on Showdown when you win because of a flinch or a crit. Like, I always say good game on Showdown, and I really like it when people say they like good luck, have fun, and good game at the end, like no matter what happens, because that makes you feel good. Like if someone's just like I don't know, like, oh, that was a lucky crit, I would have won it if this, it just makes you feel rubbish at the end of it, and it's like, oh, I don't want to play for a bit now, because that's just made me feel like absolute rubbish. So yeah, that's something I think could be changed, especially on Showdown, because that's where people mainly practice. And people saying that in real life is really bad. That's like, I actually can't believe people would say that to someone in real life. Like, that's just, I know it's, but the thing is, this all spurs into, well, this all comes from my next point, which is the reason I think VGC is on the downhill, because everything, like, well, not all the technical, so the cost stuff is completely different, but all the negativity about the game comes down to RNG. 100%. If there was no RNG, you wouldn't get people saying, oh, you won because of this, because it would be purely skill based. So yeah, and I mean, I think everybody is guilty of getting salty or annoyed at RNG, including myself. Today's episode of VGC that go up, I got pretty salty in the first game about some RNG, and I was annoyed. But the more I thought about it this morning and seeing what people were saying, it made me think that, like, I don't know, I can't be like that. Like, I need to, like, change my attitude towards RNG. Like, if it happens, it happens, and that's part of the game. I just have to accept it. I can't get annoyed at it anymore. I really can't, because, like, it's not my opponent's fault. And yeah, maybe I would have won if such and such didn't happen, but maybe there's something I could have done that would have stopped the RNG in the first place. You know, like, I don't know, if you're getting annoyed about a burn or a paralyze or something, just bring Finny or something, or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Just like, just try and work around it in a way. So I think maybe I'm going to definitely make a conscious effort to try and change my attitude towards RNG, and I think everybody else should as well, to be honest, because I think that's really important. This RNG as well comes down to, you know, people saying, like, I don't want to spend like £200 going to a tournament just to get unlucky and just have a rubbish time, because losing games to RNG can make you feel like, can do your head in, and you play and then you start playing bad, and it is annoying. So, like, but it's weird. It's like a tough one, that, because, like, you can't really change the RNG in the game, because, like, that just changes the game completely. I think it's just like maybe like a change of attitude that's needed there. But all the negativity at tournaments or on the showdown and stuff all comes from the fact that there's RNG, the flinches, the crits, freezes, the burns, the whatevers, and it all comes from that, 100%. If that wasn't there, like, never changed. So, but obviously that's not going to change, so people have to change their attitude, if you know what I mean. What else? I saw a lot of people talk about the timer as well, going down to 5 minutes. I personally don't have a problem with the timer, because I don't really play, like, long. I'm more of, like, an aggressive player anyway, so I either win quick or lose fairly quick, so I never really go down to time that much. I have done a couple of times, but not very much. But yeah, it's weird. I don't know, it's a weird one. What else do I need to talk about? It's kind of like, I don't know, like, it really reminds me of, like, the underground heavy metal scene in the UK that, like, I've kind of been part of for a bit. But, like, it's, like, filled with great people, and everybody knows each other, everyone's friends, and we all go to the same gigs, and, you know, everyone's friends with everyone, and it's really nice. But, like, if you're a new band coming up, it's kind of hard, because, like, the old bands are kind of, like, still around, and there's a lot of elitists and stuff like that. It kind of reminds me of this in a way. Like, there is negativity towards some bands because of what they play, and things like that. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's like if the underground heavy metal scene, like if it's not like 80s heavy metal style or something, like, if you can't get the vinyl or something, it's like a new modern band, like I don't know. Let me think of someone who would think they were naff. I don't know, someone like Rammstein or something. I don't personally like that at all, but, like, there's a lot of negativity towards those bands. I just don't think, this is the thing, like, negativity just doesn't help grow a scene, and I see a lot of negativity. I see so much positive, like, I'm talking about all the negatives here. I see so much positivity here as well, but, like, I don't know, I do see a lot of negativity about stall teams. I mean, I don't like stuff like that, stall teams, or and RNG is the main one. I swear to God, that's the main thing that drives people mad. It drives me mad sometimes. But the thing is, like, there's this thing about VGC, like, when you get into it, you really want to like succeed and do well, and RNG can get in your way, and it's frustrating, and then you start playing bad, and then, I don't know, like, I think I'm going to take, like, I like playing VGC, and I always try and like I really want to do well and get to this rating and all this stuff, and then I just get way too, like, into the idea of winning, and I stop enjoying it. Kind of, I'm just, like, focused on winning. Like, I have to win. Like, I need to change that. Like, I need to change that. And if everybody else, like, has maybe like an epiphany, like I kind of did this morning, like, if everybody kind of changes their attitude, I think that could definitely help grow the scene, get more people back into it. So yeah, but the positives, to finish off, I think I'm pretty much done talking now. I don't know if any of this was actually helpful, but you know, it is what it is. So the positives, I'd say that like there's so much, like I do see a lot of positivity, and there's so much content you can read about VGC online and stuff. And I don't think there's an issue with people knowing about the tournaments. Like I know about the tournaments; it's easy to find. Like you can go on the Pokemon website. There's that limitless stream archive thing that the website that has all the upcoming events and stuff on. So that's a really good source to know. So yeah, there's so many like people that play on YouTube and Twitch and write articles about it and stuff like that. You can find stuff anywhere. So you know, you can get into it pretty easy. And yeah, like I said, even though it is kind of still annoying getting Pokemon resetting for hidden powers and getting through that ultra wormhole thing for random legendaries that aren't guaranteed, that's super frustrating. And obviously breeding as well is kind of random. I know you can control it in a way, but like, you know, you can still ball cap. Getting to level 100's a bit annoying, but you know, if you sit and just level up Pokemon while you're watching a program or something, it's not the end of the world. That's what I usually do. So, yeah, I think it's a good time to get into it, but I think RNG and travel costs kind of put people off in a way. I don't know. That's what it is to me. I think it will, honestly, I really think, I know the cost is definitely something that needs looking at, but you got to consider like the people who are running the events. They don't want to lose money, but maybe they kind of have to. Like I know friends that have put on gigs and stuff, festivals and stuff, and it's been great. Like loads of people came, but it's like the best time ever. But I know they lost money on it, but they just did it to like help grow the music scene, and then maybe in the next couple of years, that's when they start. It carried on growing, and they started making money on it, which is fine. But you've got to do that. You got to take those losses first to grow the whatever it is you're doing. So I guess that applies here with the costs of tournaments and stuff. But I guess it's been going so long, like they expect people to come. But you know, I guess the Pokemon fan base is kind of getting a bit older now. Like, so you know, people can't take time off work, and you know, flights are certainly not cheap anywhere. So, well, I mean, you can get cheap flights, but you know what I mean. And then yeah, all the negativity. I think maybe some people just need to change their attitude, me included. Like, definitely, like. I'd never say to anyone, oh, blah, 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 like on Showdown or anything. I always say GG and stuff, but like, just like, I'm just gonna try not to get frustrated with RNG anymore. Definitely, I really want to, because I don't know. It is what it is. You just have to accept it, and yeah, that is about it. I hope what I said is. Got my pen. I hope what I said is like kind of. I don't want to say insightful, but it's just kind of what I was thinking about it. I don't know. I just wanted to talk about it for some reason. I just felt like talking about it. I did try and talk about it with the missus, but she doesn't play Pokemon. She didn't have a clue what I was talking about. So I thought, sorry, I'll just make a video. So yep, that'll be that. What have we got later on? Should be or maybe this will go up after actually, because I don't know what time I'll post this, but got a VGC video going on today. That's pretty fun. There's some RNG. I get salty, but I will try it and not let that happen again. And yep, cheers for watching if you made it this far. Take it easy, and I'll see you all in a bit.